Battle started.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to episode 96 of my Let's Play the game known as Bar. Beyond the Reason. I'm IVATOPIA. Remember this game, I'm not very good at it. It's fun, but I'm not very good at it. It is early access. It's not on Steam yet. I'm trying it on Steam. And that's if I go to the lobby quick. Yeah, apparently accepting donations again. Basically. Okay, back to the game.
Started.
And again, I have nothing to do with the game other than playing it basically. Okay, guys. Yeah, I just feel we're moving too slow and oh god. Hello. Hello, little dot. Okay, you too. If I was just on tier 2 at me, I'm screwed and I'm going to be hitting tier 2 very soon. I'm not even close to it. How do you want the base, so to speak?
Aircraft spotted.
No, okay, I did do some out in the air though. But they're not built here yet, of course. Oh, at least he's going to shoot out in the air. So also it was good to put at least 1 or 2 on the air down. Okay, guys, we need this to start getting positive. Yeah, they're for planes. A lot of planes. These rockets are kind of in the air. I didn't realise they were. That's cool. Makes sense. They're slow in the air. So obviously not ideal for it, but better than nothing, isn't it? They shoot at them. I have done some anti-air back here. My commander. Ah, seriously? No! That's basically game over. Because I was trailing anyway, you know for a fact I was trailing. And the fact they just hit my... Even if it's only a little bit, that slowed me right down. Hasn't it? Actually, did he actually destroy anything? Well, now they have. So it's like, did anything actually die then? If it didn't, it's fine. Well, now 100% fudging has. So I was right to put some anti-air in. Except for it is not built yet. He's still working on the other stuff. That's because I took too long, too slow. Fudge! Oh. Why am I so bad at this game? Why am I so bad? I am thinking about anyway. So I do like this game and stuff, but I am starting to think about. I'm really, obviously, I'm waiting to on Steam. You know, this full release of Sins of Soul Empire 2. I do want to take a look at a 2 at it. I'm thinking about. I don't know. You put in the comments. What do you think when it comes out? I'll probably take a look at a 2 on it and shove them into my schedule. And then I'm thinking of possibly doing a series on it. And if I do, my options are replacing Bar weekly series with Sins of Soul Empire 2. Obviously, if you're watching this, you enjoy Bar. Would you like that to be replaced with Sins? Would you say no, keep doing more Bar? My other option would be to add it to one of my main 5 slots, like as you know, I have a new slot as I class it as where I do 5 things a week. Right now, that is Spellforce 3 Fallen Gods expansion. I'm planning once my take a look at of the DLC. I think part 2 and 3 have come out, maybe a few weeks after that. Right now, to knock that down to 3 a week and use 2 of them for Total War Warhammer, bring that back. I could technically put a Sins episode in one of them. It just means stuff's going to go up slower. You know, the individual series, because obviously getting less episodes dedicated to them. My other option is to take slot 2 as I class my secondary slot. Right now, that slot 2 is made up of Elix 2 that are finished. They don't free a week. I believe September and November they finish, and 2 of them are taken up by Starfield. and maybe push Starfield instead of 2 a week right now, put it to 1 and use 1 for Sins. Why keep Elix until that finishes, and once Elix finishes I can then divide that better between Starfield and Sins. Like, they're basically my options. Put in the comments what would you like. Would you like to see any of them? Which option you think is best for my channel and for you for watching? But that way I can put Sins on it hopefully regularly for a while. Or do I just do a few take a look at the Sins and then hold off and then basically when Elix is finished just shove Sins in the 3 slots down, keep Starfield 2. Obviously doing that's going to be tricky timeline wise for me because, as you know, our new baby is arriving in August. The end of August supposed to be. Doctor said they might have to take her early because she's getting really big. So it could be start of August. And my goal right now, I don't know if I'm going to achieve it, is trying to get as much stuff done for the year right now. So then the ideal situation would be August hits. I'm only working on Star Citizen and IWDs for the next 6 months, and then roughly February we get back on track, roughly January, February, back on track of doing roughly, basically I record for 12 weeks, it gives me I think 14 episodes, I think the schedule would be, of everything. You've got 12 weeks worth of episodes. Because when I say 12 weeks episodes, that sort of applies to the individual 5s and 5s, so it would probably be 12. They would basically, obviously, be the for the week. What I do now, basically. So the goal is basically for roughly 6 to 7 months, I won't be working the channel too much, so I can focus on a new baby and getting used to a new baby, and hopefully get them through the first 6 months where they grow up a bit more and don't need, you know what I'm saying, like the nightly feeds every night and stuff.
Detected.
Yeah, T2. So that's why I'm trying to get that rough 6 months off. And when I say it's off, obviously I still want to be doing Star Citizen, still want to be doing IWD. Them the 2 I still want to be doing. So everything else, I'm going to get there. Because again, this could be a thingy. I'm saying that like when Sins comes out, it's probably summer. If it comes out and after August, I've probably already knocked out bar up to bloody January, February at that point the goal would have been. So then if that's the case, because right now I'm doing like 4 or 8 weeks at a time, and then coming back to it. But I'm obviously probably next time I come back to it, because we're in June now, probably in July, I'm probably just trying to shove as many bars as possible up to that point in time. If Sins isn't out by then, but if Sins is out by then, please put in the comments what you think would be the best thing for it. Because I really want to put it on the channel. Like I said, the basic, I'm planning to at least 1, take a look at, maybe 2 or 3 at it. Shove them in between the spell forces, conquest, what I'm doing right now. But basically, it's replace bar is option 1, really. After I've done these take a look at, replace something in my slot 5 thingy a week. What hopefully by that point will be spell force and Warhammer. You know, give it an individual one, or maybe spell force has to go down to 2. Warhammer goes down to 2, then we do 1 for Sins. Or number 3 would be replace something in my slot 2. What would again be taking the 1 from Starfield and do 1 Starfield a week, 1 of these, or maybe reschedule 1 of Elix's and have 2 Elix, 2 Starfield and 1 Sins, and that means Elix ending in September, November, or whatever. That extra episode would push it probably into next year, wouldn't it? Maybe. Like, what's your thoughts? Please put in the comments. And obviously, Sins doesn't come out to bloody August anyway, then at that point, that's pretty cool. Doesn't come out to August or anything anyway. Then it's probably a mute thing. You're probably just trying to throw a few take a look at so I get time when it comes out. And at that point, I could probably sit down and do a series, but I probably won't end up putting it up until next year, or start pushing something. So I guess it will still fit. So like I could start, if I have time on the side with the new baby, hopefully in that 6 months I could start doing a series on the side, and then I could start sliding it into one of them slots I just stated. You know, push bar back, and the episodes I've got done, and then once I've done so many, then bar will come back with, I guess it'll be an older version at that point. Or like I said, in slot 1, and maybe by the time it comes out, Elix is finished. So instead of going full pelt Starfield, well, I give 3 episodes straight away to Sins. That would be the ideal thing. but I really like to get some episodes out when it comes out. So it depends when it comes out. But just assuming it comes out like next week. Obviously it's not, or a month from now. But it's before August. Please put in the comments what you think would be best for the channel and what you would like to see on it for Sins. So Empire 2. Where you think it should go. Because obviously there's also the option I can just build it separate and put it separate on the channel, but then instead of maintaining roughly 9 things, I'm retaining 10 things, and I'm trying to have time because I'm a new kid. So I don't really want to be adding on top of the current schedule. So yeah, so what way you think it should fit on the channel, please put in the comments. Hopefully me explaining them as I'm thinking about it is clear of the options I gave you. And I haven't confused anyone. But yeah, the simplest is replace bar. And if the bar is done all the way to the end of the year, you know, I could alternate in one Sins, one bar when they come up, or I could just shove Sins in for 23 episodes, then bring them old episodes of bar that should have come out after it. But I would probably just wants to play bar. You know, I do suck at it. But like I said, I have possibilities with my slot 1 and slot 2. The only thing that would blow them out of the water is if Squadron 42 came out. I've already stated if that comes out, more likely I am going to use full slot 1, full slot 2 as Squadron 42 is finished. Because I really want to play that. And as long as my baby allows it, I probably would do that. And then they'll temporarily, slot 1 and 2 will pause to be replaced, you know, 10 to 11, because it's not an actual slot, episodes of Squadron 42. But like, I don't expect that out this year. I'm thinking that CitizenCon, they might announce maybe for next year coming out or something. I could be wrong. So I think not this Christmas, by next Christmas, Squadron 42 will be officially out. That's my theory right now. But you never know. But just go on the assumption that Squadron ain't going to be part of it. And again, technically, if it is part of it, I guess, then the only slot would be bar slot. They have to unregulate if that happens. But I don't think it will be, so just ignore that scenario. Basically, if the game's going to come out in the next month or two before August ends, basically before my baby comes, what slot do you think should fit in? Yeah, can you just move forward and deal with this? Did they do that? Oh yeah, they did. I know we lost this, that's why I'm just talking over it. You see some action, even though this game's kind of useless. You're shooting, I hear that now. Well, yeah, so that's basically the gist of it. I'm thinking about stopping bar for Sins, but well, I could use the other slots, so yeah, he went full on bloody air, didn't he? So again, I want the people who watch my channel's opinion, so please put a comment on this episode, because this, like I said, I'm recording this on the 4th. This is my second episode recording today, so so what date are we on? So the 4th, I'm recording this. I already recorded an episode for, I believe it's got Friday, Saturday. Well, which I can't remember off my head, but let that hypothetically say it's Saturday latest, on the 8th. So episode 1 will be at the 8th, this episode should be going up on the 14th or 15th, depending if Friday or Saturday. So yeah, it gives obviously, I doubt it's going to be coming out in that 2-week period. So yeah, and then I've got 3 weeks, 2 weeks of June, all of July, to basically make the decision, haven't I? Assuming Sins is even out in that time period. Like I said, if they end up coming out early September, I'll probably just throw 2 or 3 take a look at, and then replace Elixir's slot, and give all 3 to Sins maybe, or even give 2 and then go 3 for Starfield for a while. How long are we on this episode? Anyway, 14 minutes and a half. But just assuming that doesn't happen and it comes out before my baby comes, where do you think it would be best on the channel? What should, because obviously it's got to replace something. Obviously for bar to stay on, it can't replace the bar slot unless you're fine with replacing bar. That's why I'm asking directly. Hey, do the little dance, make me love, I'm going to die tonight. So obviously If you're fine with Bar leaving, then we'll put it on this slot. If you're not fine with Bar leaving, I've got the other 2 slots we can work with. And I can probably put 1 up a week from that, the Sins. But I wouldn't mind putting 3 up for Elix if Elix is finished by then. Because Elix is complete. That's why I said it's either something like September or November, the last one goes up. As of now, we're 3 going up a week. Elix is finished, it's just scheduled to that point. That's why Starfield's only 2 weeks right now. And of course before August I'm going to have to start knocking Starfields out, where it's going to jump to 5s, but obviously if Sin does take that slot, some of them episodes could be Sins instead. You know, I won't have to be working, I can then start working 3 Sins, 2 Starfields, 3 Sins, 2 Starfields at that point. Once the Starfields reach that same slot as Elix going out. So, with that being said, we're at 15, almost 16 minutes. So I'll end here and we'll try, I don't know if we should try this map one more time next time or go for something else. Because like I said, I'm probably going to do maybe 4 or 5 episodes today. And then next time I do this properly, in 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, is probably when I'm going to full pelt, take 2 or 3 days hopefully, and just try to knock these out all the way to bloody February, if that's possible. That's the goal, more than likely, after this little session in 4 or 5 weeks. And again, if you've already said, no, replace it with Sins, then maybe that... Well, again, if Sins is not out, that's not even an option at that point, is it? If Sins is out, and you should replace it with Sins, then I'll do Sins. But if it's not out, I'll be knocking these out. And like I said, once they're out, there's nothing stopping me, you know, pushing them back and putting the Sins episodes in as a later date. As long as I have time after August. Well, my baby is here, but we'll see. Because again, like I said, that 6 months is going to be quite hard. They're not going to have as much time for the channel, hence why I'm cutting it down to Star Citizen. Just because that's something I wouldn't want to play on the side. And I keep it really up to date, because I feel you see a lot more bigger changes with Star Citizen than you do with something like Bar. And on IWD, the main reason for IWD is because I have to record the matches, come up with storylines, doing all the voicing for it, then sit down with Supernova Tiffy, that's the key part here, Supernova Tiffy, to do the announcing together, and then her go over the voices or add her own for the females. And it's that I think it's impossible with her being, well, pregnant she is, and her working as well, to get 6 months, 7 months of IWDs back to back with her doing that. Me 2 or 3 ahead while she gives birth I can do, and I can see us doing that, and that's my goal. And then once she gets her 2 or 3 weeks of rest, then I can see her sitting down with me and knocking 1 out, sitting down with me knocking 2 out, you know, in that 6 month time period. That's the reason why IWD is getting to stay in that 6 months as me still working on it, basically, because it'd be impossible otherwise with her, because of our situation and her being the pregnant one. Us sitting down and doing, you know, 2 hours of boulders and we do it straight with each other. I'm hoping for next week or the week after to start doing with her. For the next 2 months might be more doable to push them to 6 months. But with IWD it will not be. And even in that case I can hopefully edit them in between to get them out on time. And that's for Star Citizen. Generally I do it on my own.
Unit detected.
Oh, there we go. Generally I do it on my own, but there are some episodes where she joins, like she's going to join me for the Zinni threat. And that's probably the last time she would join me for Zinni threat too, after her pregnancy. And that's hopefully be 1 or 2 episodes only. I was hoping to DU. You're gonna be able to. No, there we go. At least you get conclusion to the game. Holy fudge! Oh my god!
Ended.
Look at how much stuff they got there literally on the map. Holy fudgy wudgy! Wow, the AI know what they're doing. And if you want to ask, am I better at playing Sins in this game? Going off to Sins Rebellion, I did do a small 25, I think it was 25 episode series on it on the channel a couple of years ago. You know, because I wanted to revisit Sins. I played it for years, and me personally, again, I could be wrong, and you could go back and find that series and watch it and go, no, it's not. I personally do think I am better at Sins than this, and I believe the new Sins 2 is based on the original Sins, with added graphics, added features. Anything that was in the original Sins is in the new Sins, with the exception of if they decided by a design decision, well, this would work better if we did this, so we remove this to replace it with this. Do you see what I'm saying? So there is things different, there is things added on. It's not just a Sins with a nicer coat. Basically, in other words, if you liked and were good at the original Sins, you should like and be good at the Sins too. That's my my opinion on it and what I've seen so far. And I believe, because of the slower pace of it as well, because it's technically a 4X, but it's real time. But then when it dashes, that people could probably class that as a bit of a 4X real time, I guess, technically. But I think Sins more so. I do think I am better at Sins than this. I like this game. Don't get me wrong. I like this game. I'm just not very good at it. Sins, I do personally think I like more. And Sins also has a special place in my heart too. Before we end very quickly, like 12 minutes. Before we end really quickly. Basically, there's 2 games in my lifetime that I'm originally from Britain. I'm in America now, but there's 2 games in my lifetime that I actually got before they came out in Britain. I imported them. Okay, I correct that. Let's do 2. No, that isn't correct. I was going to say technically 3 as a Fire Pro, but we contacted the person to import that, and I believe it was already actually out, so it wasn't imported beforehand. And then they said you would have to have a chipped PlayStation, I think 2, to actually run it. And I was like, well, we don't have a chipped one. So he goes, I just wanted to tell you, so I can cancel it for you then. So we just cancelled it. But apparently that game was already out. But basically, 98, Pokemon Red is the first one. It's just the first one. I saw it in a magazine, it looked amazing. I then it wasn't out in Britain. Imported it from America. I think we had it like 4 months, 5 months after America. And then when it came out in Britain, we went and bought Blue. My dad played Blue, I played Red. Anyway, that's the first one. The second one was Sins of Solar Empire. I saw it in a magazine, thought it looked amazing. Couldn't find it in Britain, and imported it. And then found out again 4 or 5 months later. Again, I can't remember the exact months. It came out over here, but I already had a copy of the original. And I didn't even know Stardock were at that point, basically. And because of that game, then the combination of Elemental from Stardock, and that made me realise they'll technically, I was going to say the technic, and I say technically with Bunnies in the S and company. When I say technically, basically Stardock published Sins of Soul Empire, which was made by Ironclad Games, but some of Stardock's people, like Brad, the main guy at Stardock, the one who owns it, he helped with Sins of Soul Empire, even though it's not his company, because of the partnership, some Stardock people helped with it. So hence why I class it as technically Stardock. So that they did that, and then with a new one, Brad and them are helping again, and Stardock have published again. So again, technically Stardock, even though Ironclad's technically another company. But basically, because of the League of Stardock, I went and bought Galaxy 2, loved it, you know, and that's what got me into Stardock games. The likes of got Galaxy 3, you know, spent the 99. I can't remember if it was a £99. I think it was £99 at the time, 99. Because I think I was still in Britain. I don't think it was $99 and 99 cents. I think it was £99, 99p, I think. And I bought a copy for me, bought a copy for both Lifetime for Super Tiffy. And like I said, I love more Stardock games since. And I say most because I do have a copy of one of the early political ones they had, but I've never really got into that. But most of the games I love. Anyway, so that is why I do feel Sins of Soul Empire 2 is more loved by me than Bar. Again, nothing against Bar. It's just I have a bigger history with that game. It basically got me into Stardock and all their other games. And it's one of the few games, as I stated, that I actually imported. So yeah, so very quickly, 24 minutes now, I'm rambling on now, aren't I? Please put in the comments, like I said. Any tips for Bar, obviously, like normal. But more importantly, for this particular episode, what do you think, where I should put Sins when it comes out? Because I want to put it on the channel. Again, when it comes out is going to probably affect that to a certain extent, but fingers crossed before my baby comes, but if it's not, maybe hopefully I have enough time and then I can just take Helix a slot. That'd probably be the perfect solution, wouldn't it? Anyway, that being said, like, subscribe. See you next time. I've been IVATOPIA. I'm going to try and record a couple more episodes of today, So obviously next week and the week after at least, and then hopefully my next big section will be knocking these bars to bloody February. Especially since it's at that point and I haven't decided to take that slot. Anyway, like, subscribe. Bye, Mom.